Yeah, I told you it wasn't a face reveal, but look how cool this poster is, and I didn't fully align it correctly. As you can kind of see, there's like a little bit of a disproportionate, like a little too much of a gap here, but it's not that noticeable. It's really cool. It's metal. It's put up with these push pins, which kind of add to the decor. Like if I use these clear ones, it wouldn't be that cool, but I use the cool ones, and really just complements this aesthetic of this area. And I mean, obviously, all the areas of the wall have parts to them. Also, it's kind of funny because I already have shown my face multiple times. So if you thought this was the first face reveal I've ever done, not that it is a face reveal, but if you thought it was the first one, which it is not, then you're not loyal. So, you know, just goes to show you both didn't know that this was a face reveal, and in the end, you didn't get a face reveal. So, haha, screw you for not being loyal. That wasn't the real. Why did that look so much like the real middle finger? That was the ring finger, of course. That looked so. Like, I guess because my finger was angled, so it really looked like it was in the. Was that just me? Am I crazy? I'm probably autistic, but I'm not crazy. I mean, what even defines crazy? Like, that's one of those things you can't necessarily define. Also, I had this interesting thought about social constructs again, and I was thinking, okay, so imagine you're in a group of popular YouTubers. You're a small YouTuber, not a big one, you're a small one. And you're in this group, and you feel kind of inferior to them because they're bigger than you. But that's only because when you're all together, the underlying idea is that you're all YouTubers. Thus, this implants a subconscious sort of construct in your head that this is a place of YouTubers, and thus, given this status of YouTuber, you're lower than them. It's like if you're in the office, there's the status of you're all workers. You're lower than the people who are high up, like the executives. However, when the topic changes and it's not about the YouTubers and it's like, hey, can you do this? Let's all see. And you're better at it, then you're higher than them, because the general idea is that it's this. Are you good at this? Not, we're all YouTubers. So I found that kind of interesting. So when you're surrounded by a bunch of people and you feel inferior to them, like if you go to a new place and they're all good at doing that thing, you're not good at that. That's only because the idea is on there. And obviously that's the idea of the place. You know, you go there to do that thing. So if you're worse, then obviously that's going to be noticeable. But don't obviously try to change the subject just so you look better. That's an ego move. But that is the reason why. And keep in mind, you're still a person. So it's not just, oh, I'm worse in this place, I'm not good at doing this thing, so I'm worse. And, you know, that's the entire idea of this place. And if I came here to do this thing and I'm not good at it and I don't want to train for it, then might as well not do it. Well, no, you're still a person. That's just one thing you are doing. You went here, and another aspect of that can be talking to people. That's one reason you might go to a coffee shop. If you were, say, that's a bad example because that's kind of like it's a place to buy something, so it's not a good example. But let's say the topic was about coffee. You didn't know a lot, and obviously the baristas do. So you said barista? I think it's barista. And they know about coffee, so you seem like you're less informed. Obviously, a kind person this wouldn't make a difference, and you shouldn't care, and it'd be like you just talk about it, and they inform you, and you learn stuff, and you'd have a good time. But if you felt inferior, it wouldn't matter much, because the general idea is it's a social environment, so it's still just an aspect where you're a person. The coffee thing is just a little part of that. So obviously that was a terrible analogy. I don't even know what I was trying to go for there. I completely forgot the topic. Maybe because I'm sick and my mind's kind of off right now. See, a lot of YouTubers, when they say, I'm sick, I don't know if you noticed, my voice is off, I never notice. I watch an hour-long video on someone and I do not notice they're sick. I'm like, oh, really? But for me, I don't think it's because, like, I'm naturally kind of have a nasally voice. So when I'm sick, due to adopted counterpart, I kind of sound excessively nasally. So I was like, that's different. I mean, that just might just be me because I know what I sound like, considering I hear myself talk literally every single day when I talk, which is pretty often. So if you have less experience with me talking, and obviously my voice changes and I do accents, and from day to day it's different. So like I make one video and I'm talking really fast, I'm talking like this, and then I wake up in the morning and I just have this little thought and I'm talking like this. So if I'm sick, then you wouldn't really notice because it's just one of those variants. Speaking of which, Etymology Nerd, if you happen to watch him, have you noticed he's slowed down? His recent videos have been weirdly slow and kind of stuttery. That's just a little tidbit for the few people who watch him. So anyone who doesn't is just confused, and those few seconds of their life were wasted on information they wouldn't know, unless you feel as ever so inclined to go watch him. He makes videos on etymology, if you couldn't tell, based on his name, Etymology Nerd. And if you have made it to this video and you're fully paying attention, then that must mean you are a nerd of some capacity, so you should go check him out. This is long enough to be a walk and talk. If you don't know what that is, then go to my channel and you'll see what they are. It's where I walk and I talk at the same time. I know, I am a multitasker, I'm insane. I'm not sure I'll be doing it tonight because it's raining, so I can't go outside. But yeah, should I cover any of this in the walk and talk? Because now I have this kind of thing, like, I'll just add this to the room knowledge playlist, but I have this thing where it's like, oh, well, okay, I did it here, but do I want to do there? Because I have this conflict of redundancy to ensure information is spread and efficiency to make sure nothing's redundant. So it's like, okay, do I need to mention some of this stuff in the walk and talk to make sure they know it? So if they watch this, then they would know, or if they watch the walk and talk, they would know. Not like if they watch the walk and talk, they wouldn't know, they'd have to watch this only. Or should I be efficient and only save it to one video? So part of being efficient is cutting out redundancy, but you have to do it effectively. If you just make everything super duper efficient without even considering redundancy, then you'll have lacking information. So that's one skill. Redundancy to a point where it's necessary. That's what efficiency is, not just cut down everything you don't need. It's add redundancy to where you need it, and that's it. Nothing else. Well, this was an interesting video. It's fun how literally not a single video has ever been planned that I've made. Like, not even one. No script, no plan, no setup, nothing. I just make the videos. I guess you could argue some have a setup in a sense, but not really. So they just kind of go where they go. And I almost feel like that adds to the dynamic of the video. You feel like you're doing this with me. You're not watching a setup video. And obviously some people don't like that. I do enjoy watching high quality videos. I like how they're set up, and I like the plan, because obviously the idea is, especially if they're comedy, they plan for it to be funny, or they plan for it to be high quality. They plan for it all to go as planned. Well, that's, yeah, I guess you would plan for things to go as planned. That'd be kind of stupid if you plan for something to not go as planned. You couldn't not plan for something to go as planned because there wasn't be a plan. But anyways, yeah, it kind of adds to a special dynamic where I'm just doing my own thing and you're kind of coming along with the ride. Maybe that's one reason it is somewhat interesting to watch my videos. If someone finds it interesting to watch my videos, I don't know if they do, probably. But if it is, then perhaps it's due to the fact that you're kind of just going along with me. Like, it's not just what's going to happen next in this script or in this video this person made. It's what is he going to think of next? So sometimes I have to pause and think about something, or I just go off track. Like here, I just started with a little comedy on how I counted down to my face reveal, and it was just that poster over there, which I actually have made another video on, ironically. I'll link that one in the description, unless I'm too lazy, then I won't link it, which is most likely the case. But anyways, what was I saying? Right. You're kind of going along with the ride, so it's less of what's going to happen in the script he planned, and more of you really get that feeling. Like when you're watching a video, you don't really go, what's going to happen next? That's not the idea of it, unless it's like a Fern video where you're waiting to see, oh, how's this story going to develop? It's just like you're watching the video. You get the information, you get the comedy or whatever you're watching the video for. But in my videos, it's like just, where's this going to go? And then I can just branch off if I feel like doing that. And then it's just like, oh, okay, where did that go? Oh, that's interesting. Oh, that just kind of, it goes, it flows. It's like a conversation, except I'm talking to myself. Well, I'm not talking to you. But of course, well, you know what? Okay, I've done this before, and I do love messing with the meta, breaking the fourth wall, a bunch of stuff like that. It's always really fun to do. I don't know why people don't do it more often. But I could do stuff like, okay, wait, you will have 10 seconds to talk with yourself starting now. Okay, so did you enjoy those 10 seconds? Hope you did. Now, what did you say to yourself? I'd like you to comment that, but there's almost probably a very high chance that no one's watching this video. And if you are, please comment. And if you don't, screw you, I guess, or something. I'm not mean. What I meant to say was, device for connecting wood via a thread which rotates, thus creating a lot of friction when trying to be pulled out, and it interlaces into something to create a sort of hold, and person I am talking to. So I did not say screw you. I could have just, I'm sure the definition of screw is significantly more simple, but who cares? I like making my own definitions, they're fun. It's fun to use your brain. Using your brain is good. Do that, please. Use your brain. Please. 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 Use your brain. It's good. Please do it. Think. But anyways, what was I saying? I can't really recall. I talk very fast. Sometimes I consider whether or not people can even understand me. Sometimes I even marvel, like, if I know what I'm talking about and I know what I'm going to say next and I can talk really fast. It's partially because I don't really move my mouth that much, and I just think fast. So if I actually know what I'm going to say, and I have it planned in advance, which I never really do, then I can talk really fast, and it's like, whoa, I can talk fast. But other times I'm just talking, which goes to show how fast my brain works. And also, that is why I pause or go or have to think, because I don't have anything planned. But otherwise, I just kind of say what I say, which is one reason I struggle to read fast, because I think this fast and I think of what I'm going to say. So when I read, I have to read what they're saying. So it's like, notice how I talk so fast without knowing what I'm going to say. Is because I just have this subconscious ability to go, I'm going to say this next. And it generally, I have this like idea in my head, and my brain goes, it's like an AI. Hey, talk about this. And my brain goes, okay, say these things. And that's how I'm able to say that so fast. It just kind of generates it as I go, which is sometimes why there's errors or how to think. But when I'm having to read someone else, it's like, okay, read that, and then that, and that, and that. Nope, you can't make your own stuff. You got to read it as you go. So I struggle to read. Not like struggle, but I'm slower when reading than I am talking, because I can't just do whatever I want. I can do whatever I want. I have much more freedom. And it's fun to talk fast. I don't know why. I've just always talked fast as a kid. I don't know. I get brain fast. Fast. I like fast. I like velocity. I like momentum. I like speed. SR-71. Fast. Talking fast. Running fast. Driving fast. I can't say not illegally, but I also can't say that I don't drive exactly the speed limit and under. So I would just say, let's just not go there. I mean, technically, who wouldn't really care? I wouldn't get reported to the police station and be arrested for going 5 over the speed limit because someone watched this video. I'm not sure how you would even do that, and I don't know who you would report me to. That would be interesting, though. Would it be possible if someone admitted to speeding minorly on a video to get them reported and actually have them be fined in any way? Is that, legitimately, is that possible? Don't do that, even though there's most likely no one here. But obviously, that brings up the paradox of whether or not this really exists in anyone's conscious or not. I don't want to go there. I've already gone there before. More people should go there, really. It's the world of meta and fourth wall and all that stuff. It's really fun. I try to explore it a lot. And even that face reveal thing was sort of a way of exploring it, but not much. I can't really explain how, which is why it isn't much. I almost want to put my phone in there, but I know it doesn't fit, doesn't have the right height. It just doesn't fit at all. You don't fit, you're too tall, you're fat. See, you can't fit, be less fat. See, there's another, God, I think about so many things that when I talk about things and then they just appear, then it's like, oh yeah, I thought about that. But it's kind of interesting because your thing, you're my phone, right? You're not you. I mean, this is directed at you, of course. You're watching this video on your device, and you're thinking of you as you. But in my world, you are this thing I'm holding. You're this phone. I can shake you around. I can put you down. I can pause you. I can stop the video if I wanted to. I could do whatever I want with you. I can zoom in. I can zoom you. You can't zoom in. Your eyeballs can't do that. Your eyeballs are like mine. They're lame. We can't zoom in. But you can zoom in because you are my phone. I'm essentially treating this device as a method to convey information. But even if I say something like, you can't fit here, or, oh, look at that, I'm telling you to do something. Look at this, you. Even though, really I'm commanding your attention to the screen and I'm telling you to view this object that I'm putting in front of you from your screen, given this method of transferring information. But if I say, okay, hold on, stay here, then I'm not telling you to literally stay where you are in your position in time and with your device and wherever you are. But I'm putting my phone down. So my iPhone SE with a case and a screen protector that is cracked on it. The case is, what is it? Tough armor and a pop socket. So iPhone SE in, I think, dark blue, really, really dark blue, with a power armor case, a broken stand, a pop socket, and a screen protector that's cracked. I don't have 6 fingers on one hand. How do I and a screen protector that's cracked. That is you. You are this thing, okay? Now I want you to implant this in your mind. Just go along with me here. I'm having a fun social experiment. Not really social, but, experiment with conscious existence. It's fun to do these things. So, anyways, yes. Now embody yourself. Don't think of yourself as where you are and who you are in the current world. And don't think of what you're seeing as through your screen being projected into you. That's not what this is. You are my phone. Your vision is the lens on my phone right here. In my world, I can look straight into the eyes and I'm pointing at it. I can look at my finger. I'm over here to the side, or I should have done that. That's a lot easier. I'm currently looking at where my finger is and I can look at the camera. I can see the camera, I can see you, the phone, and I can see my finger. Your vision is the camera. Your ears are the audio ports for receiving audio transmissions on my phone, because that is you. You are this phone. Your eyes are here. Your ears are, I think they're over there, down at your bottom end, right there. Now, not literally right there, because you see, I'm working with your screen again, because I know this is the corner of your screen, and when I'm looking at my phone, that's pretty much where the input port is, the microphone. But in the real world, I'm pointing more at my pop socket, which is right here. You can't see that. See, my pop socket is here if I'm like pointing in the real world, but if I'm trying to direct you to it from the phone, it's more of, well, I can't get it in the frame because it's out of frame. So see, I'm putting my finger on it. You can't see it. It's not in the frame. So I would direct you to it right there. But anyways, that's how the eyeballs are kind of complicated, I guess. So now embody yourself. You are my phone. Just take a second, take that in. You are my phone. All right, I hope your mind worked fast enough to perceive yourself as a phone, not as a human being. Nope, pretend you're not a human being. You're not a human, you're a phone. You're this thing. It's not a thing. Your middle is right here, but since your eyesight is over here, oh, that's why it's weird, because we're naturally accustomed to having our eyesight aligned vertically. So if I pointed in between your eyes, it would be aligned with your body. But that's not the case here. So if you were actually a creature which had your eyes all the way over here, or like you close one eye, I suppose, but to a lesser effect, then by pointing directly at your eyes, I am pointing to the side of your body. Isn't that strange? Wait, okay, hold on, now I'm confused. Because if the phone, wait, yes, okay. So by pointing to the side of your body, you are seeing straight. Now, of course, if I had the video more like this, the effect would be lesser. If I pointed in your general direction of your camera, it would kind of be in the center of the phone, but if it went straight to the center, then you'd see it off to the side, not on the camera, which is right over here, which is to the right if I zoom out. So, I can shake you up, I can zoom you in, I can rotate you, I can control you, I can, as mentioned, pause you. So I have full control over this thing you are. If you accept yourself as my phone, I control you. Now, this adds to an aspect of immersion. So I can take you to a place where you are currently not in your human world. That was the most failed air quotes I've ever done. Human. Like, I swooped up and dragged it and then failed to do two. I'm not very left-hand coordinated. I'm obviously more right-hand coordinated. But yes, to your human... What? Dang, I suck at my left hand. Human world. So because you're my iPhone SE, I can put you next to Charlie Brown. See? Now, you are here. Now, here's where it gets fun. You're in my room, okay? So perceive yourself as this, as you already have. You are my phone. I'm not saying you should pretend you are. You are my phone, okay? You are my phone. This thing in my hands that I can throw around, that is you. That is your existence. That is your perception and your conscious and your soul, which means you are with me. Do you enjoy being with me? I'm not sure. You can decide that for yourself, because you still have a conscious, but you are my phone. And I can say hello, and I treat you as my phone. You are the conscious here. I am talking to you as in my phone, not you as in a person somewhere else on the other side of the world watching this video at a different time, but rather my phone. I don't know when that crack formed. Now I will put you closer to that crack. Notice that? You are here. You are in my environment. You can see this. You probably can't smell, because my phone does not have a way to smell or input any smells at all, because that doesn't exist. There's no way to technologically do that. And as a phone that you are, you don't have that technology, thus you do not have the sense of smell. You have the sense of sight, the sense of sound, the sense of, well, you technically do have a sense of touch, but in the immersion aspects, you don't. You can't feel the touch coming through your computer. That you can imagine it through vibrations, and you can hear it. Thus, you can detect it. And given it is contact, which moves, and you can hear things, I'll count that as a vibration. So you can detect vibration, you can detect sights. That is your ability. You can also do other things like pause and zoom in and stuff like that. And I can literally just cut off your life by pressing this little red square next to the home button right over here on the screen, but literally over here. You can't see it, but if I point to it on my screen, it's right there. This little button, if I press that on the other side of the screen, like that, if I did that, then you would die instantly. Obviously, you could revive yourself by going to another one of my videos or someone else's videos. In that case, you would be a different creature. So like, what's reincarnation, right? But currently, you are my iPhone SE with a black phone case on. Do you enjoy this? I'm not sure. Decide that for yourself, as I mentioned. But you are with me. You are in my room. You can see the things in my room. You can hear the things in my room, like me. And I can talk to you. I'm not sure how far I can carry this. I believe that's as far as I can go. I hope you enjoyed this immersive psychological experiment. Hope it was further than any fourth wall break you've ever seen. I probably broke approximately 7.5 quintillion walls. Then again, given the fourth wall break is a reference to the theater, in which you are breaking quite literally a fourth direction, having a theater with quintillions of walls That would be quite the feat. Now, I do suppose, well, you can't necessarily measure one. If you go to an atomic scale, even if you created like a circle, a perfect circle, at the atomic scale, what even counts as a side? Like the atoms forming, doing that, is the connection between the atoms, is that what's determined? If they're relatively linear, then that's a side, and when they form an angle, that determines two sides. So how would we even measure? That'd be an interesting proposition, obviously, when you're trying to get down to things like that. Taking it down to an atomic, perfectly accurate scale is very difficult. Obviously, you can just say, that's a side, that's a side. Those are two sides of my room. That's a side too, and that is a side. That's why my room has four sides. But if you go down to the atomic scale, you have the bumps and the ridges and the cracks, and like this part is technically slightly rounded, so is that even a side? But in general, it depends on your context. Obviously, everything has context. Everything. If you learn about atoms a lot, it really kind of breaks your perspective. Like, you think of wind as particles moving. If you think of sound as vibrations through the air. This thing, it is a solid matter, but if you think of it, it's really a bunch of atoms that are stuck together, but it's solid. So it's like, wow, and we're these massive creatures in this world, but other creatures live in the atomic scale, the microscopic scale, not atomic, sorry. So, yeah, that's interesting. The world is interesting. God made a strange place. I apologize for my S's whistling. I noticed that happened recently. Because I noticed it. And because I noticed it, Oh, can you fit in here? No, you're too fat. Because you're a fat boy. You are literally this tall. Obviously, you have no reference. Perhaps to an AirPod, if you know how tall an AirPod is. You're that tall. You're 2 AirPods tall. Let me just confirm this real quick. So we'll put those together, and then kind of like align you to it, and then put my fingers down. Roughly 2 AirPods tall. If I were to stack it on top of one another, then I'd say 2 AirPods. Or if you're more familiar with gaming, I can compare you to an Xbox controller. So let's just do that. Bring my fingers down. You're 1 middle piece Xbox controller tall. Or AirPod cases, if you're more familiar with the case, because you don't really have the pods in. That's one reference scale. I don't know why you'd be familiar with any of these. If you're familiar with that water bottle, I'm not going to do it. That'd be too stupid. And it's going on for too long. So, this has been probably one of the most interesting videos I've made. Not necessarily entertaining-wise, but uniqueness and brain funkiness-wise. I almost forgot I was going to put that video in the description, but I probably still won't. I also don't know what this is. What? Are these like... Oh, these are stoppers? Oh, crap. That one's just that out of place. Oh, yeah. These windows are like janky, so see, they're tough to move, and this one's relatively smooth. But anyways, this has gone on for far too long. God bless you. Hope you enjoyed, and as always, adios.